All right, I think we're up. Um, yeah. Hi, welcome. Today, in this videos, I'm going to continue to work on the CLI Builder version 7. And in last videos, I show you how to do foreign syntax in the CLI Builder, and then after that, I make some more changes and architecture stuff and so on. And then in this one, I'm going to just continue to work on doing the parsing. In version 6, I already have some parsing code available. So I'll attempt to reuse part of it, but in essence, some of the things need to be redone. And hopefully it will be that with something interesting over there. And without further ado, let's get started. Go. Also, hi. Also, in these streams, I realized that in the previous stream, the background music is not really working. So I attempt to fix it. I hope this one works. And so, hopefully you can hear some of the music instead of just me typing and talking and doing. And that's probably pretty boring, right? So anyway. So here is the code. All right, so we are looking at here. We have this now have this CLI builder class. I simplified it a little bit. In the previous videos, you saw it as the build CLI. I just rename it and simplifies the syntax a little bit, because it doesn't really need to be complex. So I am here. This is what I'll be working on. So currently this code, the tests are parsing, and I'm using the existing parse argument function. So I'm going to rework on that because the logic have changed. So the basic idea is, again, this is a fluent syntax like applications, and to make it very fluid, I have a application state, or essentially a CLI state. I might rename it in the future to keep track of the actual data. So you can see, say, in the low config, I add the configurations in there, but I didn't add the config in there, so I might also change that. But for the commands, that's what I am doing. So I'm adding the commands in this command array, and that's very straightforward, just adding them in. And so in this parsing, what happened is in each command, it will have their requirement. They might take in an argument or some multiple arguments, or take in some options. And the parse argument function is going to figure out is it valid, right? is the argument valid? And if it is, then it will return the parsed argument. But in the previous code, what happened is I have, well, actually, instead of saying it, let me just show it to you. So in the previous code, what happened here is, when we create the CLI, actually here, so all the way up here is this. It do this, create some parse options, and then here it builds the commands. and after it build a command, it get the argument and then try to do it. So it's actually not very efficient in terms of getting it. This is just pass the arguments based on some option. What are these options? Is the option that with a name and version, and then get the options from this original input. And this original input has the information about all of the commands, including, so you can see here, this is actually getting all of commands and then do some parsing. And so the options over here have all of those commands, and then from there, that's why this option have all of those information, and then it uses to pass the argument and do the things. But since we are parsing it, we actually can get all of the information. I would say which command is going to invoke, and well, and be along with the arguments. So that's what I'm going to do in the new code. And also another thing to add is in the version 6, I have the CLI and also a plugin CLI separately. So the logic over here in the plugin CLI version is a little bit different, and it's also reading the commands from the plugins. So you can see it here. So it loads the plugin and then get all the commands and add the commands in, and then it do the parsing. So it's something like this, right? This actually internally we use the existing, the other CLI tool. So the logic, the flow in the new code is a bit different, right? Because now this is done over here. So it essentially simplified the system quite a bit by get the plugins, and then it will load all the commands to the same location, and then we're just going to parse it. So what happened is, what all that means is this will be passed with the command and also the argument. So over here, actually I can just do it like that. I don't have to do all those pre-processing. And then this should give me a well, let's do an object command and the arguments. Right. So yeah, so that's what it would return, and then from there we can do further processing and so on. So let me take these away first. Let me take these away first. So, and over here, let me skip the test first because that test will fail. And so instead of using the existing parse argument, I'm just going to do this. And then if no command, then I don't really need to do a message. I don't need to throw and just do it like that, and then return. Oh, I don't need this. Like that. Okay. Might as well just remove this, keep the code simple, and then I have a function pass argument, which takes a list of commands and then string. Really, yeah, this is a string array, so it's the same thing. This is correct. So and then it will return let's say command, just keep it simple, return the generic case first and get a command 0, and then arguments, let's just return an empty object, and I'm not even using that. Okay, like that. That should still have all the test pass. Just want to make sure. Remove, let's for this for now, remove this. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's cold here. All right, so that's passed, and so now let's work on this. So instead of doing those versions thing, the complicated thing is that over here, how do I test it, right? The easiest way right now is let's just return the arguments and then say pass any. Okay, so then I'm going to reuse some of the existing tests, because I already have a bunch of tests in the previous version, and I will skip all this first. I'll skip all this, and well, over here seems like I don't have the test that I'm looking for. Let's take a look. Hidden return error. That's okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, so these are internal detail tests, which might be useful. It might be useful. Well, but first, let's first do that. What should I do? What should I do? Yeah, actually, still start with these and build from there. So I'm still going to start with the version test. It should, here it was saying it will show the version, but instead, for now, I will get the result and use that to as an anchor point. So to pipe my logic, to implement my logic. So this, what do I expect? Right, I expect it to have a version equal to true. Of course, it will have more than that, but we'll see. Right now, this is failing. It will fail. Parent train. What are you talking about? Oh, this one. Property parent of undefined. Well. Hold on a second. That's not what I'm expecting. Stay command. Command name chain. How does it get there? Oh, it show help, and then the help code is doing that, and is not ready, because this is, I'm also reusing some existing code. So this is just saying no command found, because this is this return empty. All right, so the first thing we need to do is instead of returning this one, I have this CLI builder command. Let's just return that one. Cannot find name, import. That should pass that piece. And yep, it's returning an empty object as I shown, as it is as expected. So now let's take a look at the argument v. Internally, I was using the y argument parser, and is working fine, but I have to change my parse option to that, which probably I can reuse. I can just reuse. So since I am that there will be multiple functions. Well, no. Let's just reuse that. Want to reuse that? No, I don't really want to use that because these have all the old type with all the complicated stuff. Yeah, let's put it in here. Say like that, and then yeah, it's okay. Let's remove it. Let's create a new file. Actually, I shouldn't call it parse argument v. What should I parse it? It's not a good name, but I'll call it process argument v for now, and move this code over there. Okay, so and then export this. So process argument b and get those information. We can always change that later on. Okay, now here we have these commands. So what I need to do is convert this to a option. So I don't need that. I'm going to recreate it. Because the thing, one thing you can see is this is an array now instead of a simple parsable single command, because the expectation have changed. So definitely I cannot just quote unquote reuse it. All right. So over here, the commands can be empty. Well, actually, should it be empty? And that's the question to the CLI builder. When it comes in, I have this code, right? And the state command, actually I really feel like I might end up removing this application state, because everything is still in one snapshot. I don't really need that state around. So all I need to do is just some local variable. And so in this local variable, how many m's do I need? Command array. I can put in the default command that I have. So the logic is that for the CLI builder, by default it supports several options. So you can see here, you can do help, you can get the version and then change it to verbose, and then also there's this debug CLI command. So that will apply to all commands. So say you are using a CLI, so say your CLI, and then you have some commands and doing something, and then over here you choose -v, it will still show the version, right? So there are two ways to handle this. One is in the CLI builder command, this built-in one, I will always, check it before I resolve, and I try to resolve to other commands, or I add it to part of the commands and then process it that way. So putting it into all of the commands might allow in the future user to override it, which yeah, which might be okay. They can do that. Yeah, I think actually that would be a better approach. So then the question is, when I add it in, when should I add it? So for the default, I essentially want to run this at the very end, or I run it at the very beginning. I think I will try it at the very end, the very end. So because of that, for the default, it will move in front of it, so that's okay. But for the commands, when you add a command, and you can call this multiple times, and also you can get more commands from the plugin, and it can be asynchronous, depends on how I end up implementing it. So the commands I receive over here, the order is not certain, so I want to add it here at the very end when I'm actually parsing it. So let's do that. Commands.push and CLI builder command. Okay, and then process it. And okay, also stop this, and I can just run the CLI. No, CLI builder.spec. Okay, that will speed up a little bit, but still it doesn't make sense to take that long. But well, it is what it is for now. So I put that at the end. So when I'm processing it, it should give me, well, for this line, I'm not going to worry about it, and I will be able to get it at the very end. And so here, there won't be no command, so I don't need to worry about that. And then I'm just going to do the same thing over here. This will be a it will have an alias and the default value, and then let's parse the options. Can I just reuse the same code? Let's see. This option, this CLI option, no, probably I cannot. Let's modify it one by one. This, and this will be turn, keep it to a single line, and then here it will be that. And so in the command I have the options. Let me save view. Well, return add options. So let's call this options, and then the commands option. Alright, so with that I can further simplify this single line like that. But of course that is too long. Put it like that. Okay, let's comment that out first. And let's say add options, and it will get the options, and essentially I don't care about this type string any. And then this option is command option would be the type of it right now is type any, so I can start adding that, which is similar to this. Let's call it like that. Okay, let's call it like that, and so I get the types over here, and I have this command, and I can drill down to it. Export type options. Right, so this option would be similar to this option. And here. So it will be this. Yeah, this will probably stay the same. It will remain the same thing. But that the coloring is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. The code is working fine. So we copy that over. So with that, this will return options so that it won't complain. So now we can do this. All right, so we can reuse the same code. For a second, does it reuse the same code? No. Options. And then I have to pass this boolean. Why this key off? Oh, okay. This is CLI command option. There's some bugs. So this keep it that way. So there's no more syntax error. So this we're able to build. So let's double check if that works. So we get the options and we get the boolean, and then filling this out. This should be working because it was working. All right, so that should do it. And so that gets the young options. So before we do anything, actually let's take a look. See what do I get here. It will fail, of course, but it will receive this. So we have an alias, and then the alias have help. It can be lowercase h or help itself, where both have upper V, version have lower, and then the boolean, it can help all this. So this looks fine. This looks just like what the Yeoman argument parser expects. Okay, so do I have mentioned any other ARGB over here? No, I don't. So I can just continue to call it this, and then the young option. So now I can return this. In spelling too. What? Nope, that is what I really want. Okay, let's take a look. So after it passed, well, this I probably still need to do some adjustment. So get this, not get this spin string, and V is also true. And so this is just like it used to be. and I would believe this code will just work. Although over here is something that I am not sure. That's the thing that I need to look into. Clear, but first of all, you know, since I'm not doing string options right now and only Boolean options, let me just double check. We fill in false on Boolean if the option does not have the default set. Okay, yeah. So this is something I need, and then that one is also something I need, but we'll properly do it next. Because or maybe that is not the case anymore, because right now I don't see that value. I don't see that anymore, because in my yarn argument, it have other things, right? It have the help, it has the verbose, but now this is not doing it. It only have this. Maybe it was a bug that is no longer exist. Okay, so if that is the case, I don't need to do anything about that. And the clear alias, let's see, what can I do? Yeah, this is removing the extra dash v, because I want to keep it clean, you know, removing the dash v. So in the code, you know, in the command, when you're processing it, you only need to worry about the actual one, because the actual one is the one that get typed. So it's kind of a nitpicking thing. Well, maybe right now I just skip that. Until I have a test case that actually tests that, then I add that in. So now this is okay. And so I can update my test to say this. So this is what I'm really looking for. So with that, right? So it does have the command, although it is faked. I can do this. Hold a second. This contact is not assigned. Oh, okay. Oh yes, yep. Because the command I have here is just the definition. It doesn't have the context. So here, I'm going to create a command instance. Well, yeah. Command instance equals to get clean. Something like that. And then command instance dot run. So over here I have something similar. That's where it goes deep into the logic. It was doing things like this. So since in this new code everything is really centralized over here, it feels like I don't need to do create a new new file yet. So we have this command, which is CLI command, and of course that is not sufficient. I have the context, add context. So and then that will return an instance. So in the previous version, I try to make it nice and type everything, but here I don't actually need that. So let's see. I have the UI. I don't need other things. So I only need the UI from here. And also I need the config. And the config can be anything. It is really something that doesn't really matter. So UI config, and I want to make sure that it will not get override by the command. So here I would say context and config. So the config right now is saved as is the config. Right. So that's good. And let me take a look. Okay, I do have read only here. Okay. Not versioned. It's printing out something, but it is not what I expected. So let's see what's going on. It's missing the state. It's missing that information, and create UI. No, that one. This is the one. Oh, it passed in the version. Yeah, I don't need to pass in the version. The version should not be passed in. Yep, the version should not be passed in. The first version is a state to be used. And so instead of doing that, I need to pass that in when I create. And the best place, the best thing to do is app state. So now I might need to start moving things around. State.version. App state. Missing one type argument. Don't need any. So, alright. So some tests need to change, I know. Here. So here I need to put in the state. Okay. Now I really need that. There's something's not right. Really is the first, is the second step. I see. Yeah, anything better? So that's where I get the action. Now these things get a little bit messy. So let me get the test pass and then take a look into it. So I have this version, which is a string. And then this will just show the version. So and then the same thing is for show help, because I don't really want to let the user use the, need to pass in the command. This should not be there. This should not be there. So let's remove this one first. Let's that. Don't worry. So I need to I will need to reorganize this a little bit. So but let's write now the test pass. Okay. So this test is passing. So it's time to take a look back at what's going on, right? The test pass, just in case, run everything. Of course, it should pass. There's no reason that it shouldn't. Of course, you will say that all the time until it fails. So anyway, so here the UI, this is the internal UI. So I see. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I shouldn't make that change. Let me undo this. So I should keep this the same because this is the UI used internally. The easiest way to fix this is wrap it around and create a UI specifically for the commands to use. Right, so I am trying to do too much over here. So cancel all this. We don't even need to mess around with the order. Don't need to create. Yeah, this I do need. There you go. Yep. Okay, that's where we are at. So let's fix this. Defect this. So this create UI no longer create a public UI. Okay, it just return it like that. And I have to put in the type information since I removed that type, which is okay. Like that, come on. And any, so that takes care of that part. And then over here, when we pass in, when we create this instance, right, that's where create command UI and pass this UI in there. We probably need more things, right? And so for simplicity, very nice, because we have the state, right? So that actually shows that that is the value of having this state in one big object. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit because now this is returning this config and so on. So actually, let's do it now. State and the command. So this is the state and this is app state, and so this will be state.config. Okay, and then we have this create command UI, and I don't think it needs other thing from the context, but it will need this state and the command. So it needs the UI, which is app context UI. We have the state, which is app state, and then we have the command. Yeah, we need the command. Okay, so then what do we get is return everything from the UI, but for show version, it will be this, and show version state.version, and show help will be show help but this command. All right, so that will be that, and this have okay. Now this I need to update with the state and the command. All right, that should pass. Right? Don't you love, functional style programming? So what you can see here is for each thread, for each function, each method, I can separate it, just overriding it. It's just overriding a function and change the behavior and then create a new object. Right, so in OO, forget about the class, forget about all that. Just compose it. That's how you compose it. All right, so that passed, and I am pretty happy with this, because it works, and the good thing is I have delegated the logic for the for this basic stuff to a command, because in the original, in the version 6 implementation, I have all those kind of litter around in the CLI itself. You can see that I did show help over here, did the show version over here, but now the builder itself, or essentially the CLI itself, doesn't handle that, right? Well, it still handled this one, because if I can't find any command, I need to do something. But besides that, it's there. Of course, I can also get this process argument to return the default one all the time, and that one will just no, that won't work because it might work if I enforce it to be always the very last one when in this array, which is what I'm doing. So if nothing works, I can still get that, and at the end, instead of returning false to do some special things about it, this UI show help. Okay, that is not what we're supposed to see, and so let's fix that. The UI is a command UI, and this one now it doesn't have that. All right, that's good. That's what we want. So here, this will just show help. Okay, we miss. Okay, this will return. This will return. Pass. Why am I running all of the tests again? Don't have to. Come on. All right. So that's good. clibuilder.spec. And I don't even need this anymore. And if that, I don't need this. Yay, so simple. Right, so that works. So let's do a little bit cleanup. Any other problem? This one, what's the error? Oh, it's okay. All right, we are good. But even the CLI builder itself doesn't have any error and any warning anymore. So we are all cleaned up. So that's great. All right, so let's see let's check it in. Oh, no, before that, let's also fix this. So the commands, I was putting it outside, but now we can see that it is beneficial to put it inside. Is it do it? No, we don't have to. Yeah, the command can live out. The command can live outside. Let me keep that outside. The config though. Let's expand the config. Oh, it have not set the config. So that will do that. Well, of course, I don't want to be like that, and state config equals to that, and I can even remove this. So I put this over here so that people can read if they want, but yeah, it's just a small feature that allow you to see what's going on, what kind of config did you read, and since this whole thing is synchronous, it's okay, right? So during let me actually write a test for it. Low config. Test and serve config from CLI level. from CLI. Let's just CLI.config. Okay, so doing that, and I'm just going to copy this, copy that. Just copy that. Really? Yeah. So meaning, I don't need this. I don't need this anymore. I can further. Yeah, let's clean up. Let's clean up a little bit more. All right. This is the low config thing. I did this. But now I don't have to. I can just return it. And because of that, I don't need this. I can remove it. Okay, so removing that will get all this to fail, but that's okay because we now have this CLI. Oh, nah, come on, save. Come on. Yes. Yep, it works. It works. Very nice. Is there anything I can clean up before I commit? So this looks okay. This looks good. This also looks fine. I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, it really looks pretty good so far. So far, so good. And then this it's just simple. Nice. I am loving it. It's getting cleaner than the previous version. All right, so let's check it in. So based on the test. So well, this does nothing. So basically, this is just a refactor. So the refactoring is, how do I describe it? I always have this problem. I did too many things. Oh yes. I do too many things in one check-in, and I kind of lost track of what I have done. So implement process arguments, right? And this simplify the state command. And config mocking. Also simplifies state command and config mocking. Is not very descriptive, but well, what else can I do? I can't remember what else I've done. All right. Okay, so we get back the ability to print the version, and the help is actually should be working too, although just need an additional step. But we will do it in the next stream. That's it for this video, and thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. One of the highlights in this video is about the functional approach, right? I first tried to modify the UI code to accommodate and pass the state in and do all that, but in reality I can just put it, compose a new object out of it. And in hindsight, when I look back, it is actually of course it's a good thing, because the the UI originally created for internal use, and then so it's in the, you can think of it in the used by the business logic layer, and while the UI that's composed out of it is used by the command or used more by the UI layer, so to speak. It's by the plugin by the users, right? So it's in two different layers, so it makes sense to have them separated and just compose. And hopefully from this example you can see why classless approach in OO works. And yeah, so well, that wraps it up. And again, hope you enjoy this, and if you like the video and like the content I create, feel free to subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.